All right, great. So it's 9 o'clock, 9:01 in fact, and we are going to start now. And thank you so much for all of you. We are 20 of us right now, and people will keep adding, I'm sure, as we go on. Thank you for being here. And to introduce myself, I am Kirti Bakshi. I'm a psychotherapist since the last 25 years. I passed out my graduations from SNDT and then did my master's and in psychotherapy and went on learning. In fact, there was not much practical learning when we passed out. I'm talking literally 35 years ago, and I went on learning quite a lot of techniques. Like all of us, we have this learning quest, and you want to do still better. I kept on learning and learning, and I came across a point where I wanted to teach. I started my career by teaching clinical hypnotherapy and then went on to take metaphor therapy. And I teach many other courses also, like children and children counseling, play therapy, family and systemic constellations, and other workshops also. So metaphor, of course, has been my main forte and stayed with me. And I practice. I have mine set up in Mumbai. I have my own practice in Mumbai, and I operate out of my clinic in Karnivali, Thakur Village, and I stay also close by. And so mostly my time is divided between training as well as my clinical practice. As a company, the counseling company has empaneled many corporates, and lot of therapists who work under me are taking care of that outreach program to corporates, where we continuously provide them employee assistance programs as well as one-to-one individual coaching and counseling. So that's very brief about me. Of course, if I go to tell the journey, we all have long journeys. But I am enamored by metaphor therapy, absolutely, and I love teaching it. So, any of you all has come across metaphors? Just now, somebody was telling me that they've done NLP, and yes, NLP is largely metaphoric. In fact, a lot of therapies that we do are largely metaphoric. So I can also sometimes go to the extent of saying that if you understand metaphor, you understand the basis of your therapy very well. And this is what we do in metaphors. So, what are metaphors? Coming to what is metaphor therapy all about? So, as we all know, many of us here do know that there are schools of psychology, and there is a projective school of psychology which was founded by Carl Jung. Uh, and he said that, and in his book, The Man and His Symbols, Carl Jung has gone on to write that the human subconscious mind stores information in the form of symbols. It knows no language. These symbols, which when expressed verbally or through drawings or through picture projections, are holding a lot of information within them. So every metaphor that your client shows you uses while their conversations, as well as through their drawings, as well as through their imaginary visualizations, hold the key to their subconscious transformation processes. So, if you know your metaphors, if you know to spot a metaphor, identify a metaphor, develop the metaphor, metamorphosize the metaphor, and bring a change. So, for example, if a client comes and tells me that I have migraine headache, which is like a hammer. So for me, the headache, I will put less questions to the headache and I will put more questions to hammer. Hammer for me becomes the metaphor, and then I will apply a four-step therapeutic process to understand the hammer, where it was, how it came, when it came, what needs to happen. I will process it and then I will deal with it. Using this very analogy that I'm giving you right now, we could get a client rid of a migraine headache which was suffering from 20 years. So that is the power and that is the magic of metaphors. So if you know your metaphors well, if you have incorporated metaphor therapy along with all your other techniques, you can do a wonderful job. I'm sure we're all sitting over here on some of the other skills. And my main motto is that if you basically have the talent, then I have a technique. The talent lies with all of you, and I'm sure all of you here are very curious, very talented individuals, and somewhere know that you can make a difference. So, the moment you have this intuitive feeling that your words matter, what you say, people listen to, what you think is something that people want to understand, people come to you for opinions. You could have come to an organized sector, of a counseling psychologist or a therapist, or you could have come to an unorganized sector as a healer or as a maybe a past life regression therapist or Reiki or pranic or crystal or angel. So these are the people who basically have a common denominator, which is transform lives, which is bring happiness and joy to people. And the common objective can be fulfilled through many journeys, through many different routes. Metaphor therapy is one such technique. Apart from many other very powerful, very strong, and very effective techniques, metaphor therapy is yet another technique. And that's what I'm here to teach. So, metaphor therapy is going to be a workshop in which we are going to teach you. Number one will be visual metaphors, which will be drawing analysis and color psychology. The drawing analysis model that we will be using is taken on basis of anthroposophy, and we'll be studying the five elements of nature, and we'll study them on drawings, and then we will be interpreting the drawings, and we will be understanding the subconscious mind frame of the client. Having said that, it's not a predictive tool, but it's a tool to break a rapport and understand your client and just get the story on one page for the first 15 minutes. And then you can go on to do other projective techniques with your clients. So, this is one thing. Visual metaphor comprises of drawing analysis and color psychology. The next topic that we will be taking will be verbal metaphors, in which we will be trying to understand conversationally how every client uses minimum 3 to 4 metaphors while they are talking to us. Having spotted those metaphors, number one is the art in spotting the metaphor. Number two is after you've spotted those metaphors, how do you work with them? That's what we'll be teaching you through a process, a 4-step therapeutic process. And the third part is imaginary metaphors or visualization metaphors, in which we will give the client certain visualizations to do. And based on that, they will present to us some metaphors and some pictures. So let's take metaphor means subconscious images. So if you are able to transform a subconscious image of a client, you are able to achieve a lot in therapy. So this is what the 3 steps of metaphor therapy are. I have been teaching this for the past 18 years now, and I have seen fantastic results. So I've also had barefoot psychologists who have come and learned. And just a moment, give me a moment, please. Okay. So I've had a lot of people who have been very intuitive, who came into the field with just a quest, just a need to help people. And today they have flourishing careers. Not only doing this, they of course went on to learn a lot more. But I would say that we started their journey for them. And yet we have lots of people who have already done a lot of learning, a lot of modalities, and have gone on to add metaphor therapy to their repertoire or to their entire a way of working with clients, and have got fantastic results. So, metaphor therapy is about working with the subconscious images of a person, being able to transform the images. And once Carl Jung says, once you transform the image or you change the metaphor, everything connected to the metaphor undergoes a change in a way which is not even in the conscious awareness of the client. So it happens very automatically. It's a beautiful process. And that's what we will be working with in metaphor therapy workshop. So up till now, we have a lot of students in India itself. I go and teach this in Hong Kong and Dubai as well. But my national student database is 5,000 to 6,000 students. Then most of the groups remain active even after the workshop is over. And practices keep on happening over there. People keep on putting up drawings and keep on analyzing. They also put up projections. So let me take you all through a very systematic flow of what we are going to be doing in metaphor therapy workshop. After that, I'm not keeping anybody in the dark about saying that it's going to be a free workshop. It is a paid workshop. We have installment system. I'll take you through everything in a very systematic, organized way, and then we will throw ourselves open to question and answers. So you may note down your questions as we go through, and then we will take them towards the end. So shall we go ahead, friends? Just put on the chat if you're okay with this information, and can I go ahead to share my PPT with you all? Thank you so much. Thank you. All right. So let's now share this and I understand it's nighttime and we're all tired, but I'll take you all through this very quickly. I really do appreciate so many of you here and very happy to see that, we're all here and we're on time. All right. So let's quickly go through this metaphor therapy and healing. It is a Jungian workshop. Carl Jung was the father of projective psychology. He also actually was the person who introduced the tarot, which is not known to many people, but there's a fantastic book called The Psychology of the Tarot, which actually got divorced. That was the theory of the tarot, which got separated and the practice continued. But Carl Jung was starting tarot also as a school of projective psychology. Projection means that this is where you are and this is a surface. You project everything onto the surface, and the therapist studies your projections. And when they study the projections, they take you through a process to alter the projection. And by that very process, you experience a shift or the client experiences a shift. Now, if you see the mental health segment, which we will all, I'm sure, are aware of, many of us here are very, very qualified and in the field. We have an organized sector where we have the psychiatrists, counseling psychologists, clinical psychologists, and psychotherapists who take formal education and they enter this field. Then we have an unorganized sector which consists of the healers, the crystal healer, angel healer, theta healer, reiki healer, pranic healer, and chakra healers, and many more types of healers who also have the same quest, but their methodologies are mainly intuitive and they follow intuitive energy processes to bring about the transformation. Then we have therapists who are hypnotherapists, past life regression therapists, family constellation therapists, cognitive behavior therapists, client centered therapists, and psychoanalysts. So these are all people who are using some or the other technique which they have mastered and they do fantastic work with that as well. And then we have coaches. Now, the latest segment that has got added on from the last 1 decade is that of the coaches. So, coaches are the people who are taking training into ICF certified programs or they're taking life coaching programs and are coming on with a model of behavior transformation in people, mainly motivational as well. And so nowadays we have life coach, corporate coach, relationship coach, personal excellence coach, holistic coach, spiritual coach, NLP coach. So all are this is all the sector that the mental health field is broadly divided into. Some people take an entry through one route, some people take an entry through other routes. There will always be some kind of a, let's say, a disagreement among the various routes. But one thing that I have found common, because I've been teaching for the last 18 years, I have found common one thing is a quest to transform, a quest to learn. That's one thing I have found very, 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 very common. And I've also seen that many people are so gifted in their art that they just need to polish it. Like many counselors, when they enter the field of psychology, they already know a lot. They just need to polish there. And that's where skills and techniques come in handy. So this is what the whole field looks like, and where you are positioned is for you all to decide. But I think whichever field you belong to, the knowledge of good techniques is very, very important. Excuse me. So now let's come to what is metaphor therapy. I'm sorry, I've got a bad throat, guys. So the subconscious mind stores information in forms of images, and these images continuously give out charge that impacts our decisions, behaviors, and personality. These images are known as metaphors. Metaphor therapy deals to bring these suppressed images to surface and substitute them to change the resultant behavior and personality. And trust me when I say this to you, that when the metaphor changes, everything associated with the metaphor will change. When the hammer actually has served its purpose and the hammer is dropped down to the client's hand, the headache metaphorically is dropped down. So that's the power of metaphor if done well. So what are you going to be learning in the workshop? You're going to be learning drawing analysis, color psychology, projective healing techniques, verbal metaphor, imaginary metaphors, letting go of the past metaphor, trauma release using projective technique, acceptance and commitment therapy using metaphor. So this is the latest therapy on the in the field of psychology, acceptance and commitment. Although it's been on, but it's catching up now. The two schools which are rapidly catching up now is positive psychology and ACT, acceptance and commitment therapy. How are you going to get your client to accept their model of behavior, get them to desire a better model of behavior through the use of metaphors is the mainstay of the acceptance and commitment therapy using metaphor. You will be learning picture strip projections in which we will be sharing with you all certain pictures on which the client has to project and they have to write about it. And you will be analyzing what is it that the client's inner world is made up of. You'll be learning blob tree, 6 steps of ACT therapy, career choices using metaphor. How you can ask the client to get some insight into their deeper desires of career decisions and confusions using by through the use of metaphor. What support will I get after the workshop? So we will be, after the workshop, we'll be creating a WhatsApp group support for practicing for 1 month and continued support. That group doesn't dissolve. It will continue. Practice groups will be created and there will be guidance to take your counseling and coaching career forward for all those who need it. Like I generally put people in touch with my social media team who helps me out and I've built myself up in a small ways. Like needless to say, all of us have worked to build ourselves up, and I've done my share of it. So I do share a lot of what I have learned. May not be everything um, technically right, but what I do and how I do, and I'll put you in touch with the people who help me out so you all can take your journeys forward from there. And I'm always one call away from my students. So morning 10 to 1 is the time I'm attending calls. All my past students are in touch with me, connected to me, and we regularly chat for how they can take their work forward. In fact, just before this seminar, I had a call from a student who got some corporate project work to do for projective tests, and she called me up for that. So it's collaborative experiences. How will this workshop help me in my practice? It will make your diagnostic, it will sharpen your diagnostic development and closure technique. So let's talk about what is diagnostic development and closure. Every therapy goes through 3 stages. Number one is the rapport building. Then you have the diagnostic, that is, you're getting to know more and more, and you are coming to some understanding. And then there is development. After you come to understanding, you will develop the rapport and the understanding with the client, and then the closure technique. The closure technique is which is where a lot of experience and techniques are required, because the way you close a session is going to be the closure that the client has of their concern. So that requires a lot of techniques and experience, and that's where it will sharpen your skills at that. You will get hands on practice of each process and ability to make your sessions more impactful. Like you may be able to do a 4 session work in a 1 session of metaphors. Different therapy techniques or different client concerns, confidence in your therapeutic skills, motivation to establish yourself as a counselor, coach, or therapist, enable understanding of other modalities. So, that as I told you all earlier, if you understand your metaphors, you can understand the basis of many modalities. Like a hypnodrama is based on metaphors. Like if you do NLP, it's largely metaphoric. And then the best part of it is you will be able to make your own scripts. And we'll be teaching you how to make your own scripts for metaphors. What are the other workshops by the counseling company? So we have NLP practitioner and master level, hypnotherapy and past life regression complete course, child psychology and play therapy, basic and advanced psychology, complete course in hypnotherapy, professional career guidance program, family and systemic constellation facilitator course, relationship magic, parenting reflections, and self hypnosis. These are all the courses that I keep on doing in circulation, like one after the other. Let's come to the costing and duration. So if you do a ICF certified course, the cost is nearly 3,50,000 if you are doing an ICC and PCC, and I think two other level, one or more level is there. NLP coaching is good coaching. I'm talking of people with more than 15 to 20 years of experience. NLP coaching is 20 to 80,000 rupees. Hypnotherapy, all levels, I've been teaching that on CHII and EKA platforms. It's 1,20,000 from level 1 to 5. CBT is cognitive behavior therapy, which is 75,000. Metaphor is 40,000 with basic and advanced. Basic and advanced counseling, normally a good cost, which is probably Robert Kokoff or other methods, would be 35,000. So this is what you require, all of you. Life coach ICF will be coming last. That is, if you only want to work with corporates, you will need to do that. But for others who want to enter this field, stay in this field, polish their skills, these are the various courses that you will be required to do. Let me now quickly bring you all to the costing, which has been many people's concern, and I totally appreciate that because money matters, and I'm bringing you all to the costing of the metapotherapy. So offline cost when we do it in hotels is 45,000, but I'm not doing it nowadays in hotels. I'm doing it all online. So the online cost is 35,000 for both basic and advanced level. The discounted cost for Feb, that is this coming batch, is 30,000. So the basic course is 14, advanced is 16,000. Early bird price is 28,000 for today only. That is if those who make up their mind today. Now, why I'm saying this? I'm not saying this to trap you all because I want you all to make a commitment to me. It's just that my follow-up work becomes easier. And if you all have questions, we can answer them right now. For those who are ready to book it just now, it's 28,000 for basic and advanced. The entire fees is payable in installments. You can block your seat now for 2,000 only. This is the GPay number. You can take a screenshot. Here are the dates. The basic course is on 3rd and 4th Feb. The advanced course is on 10th and 11th Feb. It will be on Zoom. Timing will be 12 to 5. And then we will have follow-up classes every week for 2.5 hours. And that will go on for 6 weeks. And I will ask each one of you to do a complete therapy from the scratch before I certify you. So it's a process where I would want to make sure that you all have learned the entire techniques in detail. Then I will see your skills and provide you personal feedback. I am sure I have a lot of my experienced friends here who would probably help me out in giving me a tip or two as well. But for others, I would make sure that I handhold you all, I give you all a feedback, I tell you all directions, and I give you a proper presentation of your skills before I hand over a certificate to you. So this is the contact over here. And so it's a small sharing that I had to do with you all. And what I'm going to do with you all right now is I'm going to take you all through the projective test that we will be doing. So this is a projective test which I'm going to share with you all, which we use for corporate analysis, corporate recruitment level analysis. So I have with me many companies which consult me regularly for addressing their recruitment needs, and this is a test which we give to them, and it looks something like this. So this is the pictures we give them, and they are supposed to be working as per our instructions and writing what they see and what are the changes they'd like in these images. And based on this, we analyze these images and then we give a proper presentation to the company, a feedback to the company as to how you can use them and what is the client positioned as, whether their strength is into an HR, their strength is into leadership role, their strength is into probably technical roles, or they are having some kind of ambition block, or they are ready for a higher position. This is the feedback we provide to them. So this is just a small example. And that's all. So I'm keeping it very short, very brief, very to the point. And I'm not a marketing person, but I have to introduce my art and what I know well. So for that, I'm here and I will be more than happy to take questions if you all have any right now. So please unmute yourself and ask your questions. Do we have any questions, friends? Please don't take this as a court pitch. Let's just get to know each other. Let's talk. Everyone will benefit through a discussion.
Kirti, this is
Yes.
Nagapriya from Chennai.
Hi, Nagapriya.
Hi, Kirti. Kirti, even in the dreams, they see some images and all that, right?
So
Can
dream
that
analysis, yeah.
Can that also be considered as any metaphor value?
It can be, but dream analysis is more Freudian, and as such, it's a very, very long course, and it's a very different subject, but they are metaphoric. But we are not dealing with dreams in this course.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. Yeah. Anyone else with a question? Is the certification or anything a question for anybody? Okay, so I'll tell you all the certification is going to come from the counseling company, which is a Mumbai registered company, and you all will be getting a certificate of metaphor therapy, attendance certificate on completion of the course. And as I told you all earlier, it's a skill building course, largely a program to build your own skills. So if anybody has any other questions and would like to share also, since we are here, why not share as well? Which age group we use this therapy? Yes, Kajal, we use this therapy with all age groups. The age group which is more can make conversations. With children, we analyze their drawings, and let me tell you that we've had major success with children who are not able to express themselves. But we see very small children, going through very sad states of mind, and probably sometimes they are being bullied and anxiety, and that all shows up in their drawings. So yeah, we can work with children also. Will it helpful in bad memory and trauma? Yes, it will definitely help you. So much so that even if you want, you're unable to experience the trauma again. Farheen says after doing this, we can work as a metaphor therapist. Yes, after doing this, you can work as a metaphor therapist for sure. Okay, I'm great. I'm happy to receive questions, friends. Let's make this a discussion. Let's have it in open forum. For those who have already done something, please share your knowledge, guys.
Hi Kirti, I'm Purva
Hi.
here.
Hi, Purva.
Yeah, I'm a tarot reader, and this really, takes me to the path where I wish to be. So, yes, I'm interested in the program,
Sure.
and I have been taking programs with you regularly, and it has always been helpful personally, and as well as with my, intuitive and unorganized sectors of therapies, because I'm
Yeah.
an intuitive person.
Yeah.
So yes, it's been very helpful, and it's adding to a skill set of mine. So
Thank you so much, Purva. Great to see
uh,
you there. So
thank
we
you.
have another question. Do we use EFT in the process? No, Rupa, we are not using EFT in this process. Vaishali Bobde has a very interesting question. She says, there's a similarity between this picture and TAT slides that you showed? No, I don't think they are from the TAT, this thing. And they don't even follow the principles of TAT. TAT is thematic appreciation test. No, they don't. What are the dates
So
for
I have
it? Yeah. Yeah, Rupa, you were saying something?
sorry, I broke you. You can finish your thought and then I can add.
No, I'm done. Okay.
Okay. So my question was, even if I've used other modalities and I've been using,
Yeah,
can I use metaphor therapy singularly to complete an entire session
absolutely.
without going
Absolutely.
into NLP or hypno or family constellation of consciousness?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
So, okay.
Totally. From the beginning
Okay.
to the end. So you're going to be learning 9 different ways of working with people. So you will be able to use metaphor
Right.
singularly. You do not need to combine it with any other thing.
And what would be the, so when you were saying your company teaches all these different, which I've done most of them,
Okay.
what is the, so my question actually is, having known all these and adding one more tool,
Yeah.
and I'm going to use, you can use. So often, for me personally, there's so many tools that are collected, I get lost which one to use where, inner child, past life. And then it becomes a bit confusing because so many tools are beautiful ways. So I want a little input on that from you.
Yeah. So even I've done all the courses. Like I've done
Yeah.
hypnotherapy, I've taught hypnotherapy, I've done my CBT, I've done my RAPT. So how I like to go about is that I like to, I have a way of questioning which I use metaphorically because that gives me best
Mhm.
results and best insights. And then sometimes clients have come to me for hypnotherapy, because they know I do hypnotherapy. There are people who come to me that I want to get rid of this pattern. You do whatever you want to do. Then at that time, I feel more free to use as I listen to them, I'm taking notes and I've got my techniques written down on a paper, which is sliding under my notepad where I'm taking notes. And as I take a few minutes, I take a brief, and then towards the end I go through my sheet of techniques that I have and I decide which one am I taking. But mostly because of the experience, by now I no longer need to do that. I almost know that okay, what will work for this client. If they are very sensitive and very energy prone, then something like a hypnotherapy will work. If they are very logical minded, then something like a NLP will work, or a pattern breaking or a swish or something will work. However, if they are looking at letting go of past memories or value system reorientation, then I will pick up my techniques from metaphor. So that's how I go by.
Okay. May I ask another further question, or would
Sure,
you
sure.
like
Please,
prefer
please,
someone else
please.
to go?
No, please.
Okay,
do
because
not.
I don't want to take up space. Fully.
No, don't worry.
Okay, so if I were to go ahead and, which I am looking at doing this,
Mhm.
can I use all of this, what you said, whichever
Yes.
techniques happen, I decide to do it, I want to do it only with metaphors.
You can
And
do
I could do
everything.
the case intake, presentation problem, this in immoral, high physical, work with it through the metaphoric
Mhm.
learning and the process. Even
Yes,
that's
you can.
possible.
Yes, you can. So I have had people who started their journeys with metaphor and for year or two done only metaphors and have got practices today. No, when you all join the course, I will even give you all the names. I will ask you to call these people and talk to them. How they started their journey for metaphor and for 2-3 years continued building their practice only on metaphors. And they found it very holistic and they found it addressing all their needs with clients. And only later on, out of curiosity, they went and learned something else. In fact, many of them haven't even yet attending my hypno classes. They are still they are working with metaphors and they're getting good results.
Okay, I'm absolutely satisfied. Thank you,
All right. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Okay. Can you teach this in Hindi language? Bhavna, I can definitely translate for you whenever you find something not comprehensive enough for in English for your understanding. तो हिंदी में मैं आपको ट्रांसलेट करके बता सकती हूँ. हिंदी हमारी लैंग्वेज है और हमें हिंदी के थेरेपिस्ट की बहुत जरूरत है क्योंकि यहाँ पे हम इंग्लिश बोलते हैं. ये नहीं होता है कि हमारे क्लाइंट भी इंग्लिश ही बोलते हैं. हमको हिंदी की थेरेपीज आनी चाहिए. इसके लिए मैं आपको जहाँ पे भी दिक्कत आएगी, जहाँ पे भी तकलीफ आएगी, मैं आपको पूरा प्रोसेस हिंदी में समझा दूंगी. और हमें हिंदी स्पीकिंग थेरेपिस्ट की बहुत जरूरत है इंडिया में. तो आप प्लीज उसको डेवलप कीजिए. इट विल बी वेरी नाइस इफ यू टेक इट अप इन हिंदी एंड आई विल हेल्प यू. कांट अंडरस्टैंड ड्यूरेशन पीरियड. फरहीन, हम लोग 3rd and 4th सैटरडे एंड संडे 12 to 5 का वर्कशॉप है विच इज 10 hours. उसके बाद में 10th and 11th को भी 12 to 5 का है विच इज another 10 hours. That makes it 20 hours. उसके बाद में once a week for 6 weeks we will be having 2.5 hours every time. So that is making it around 33-34 hours का वर्कशॉप. तो पहले सैटरडे संडे, फिर सैटरडे संडे, then once a week for 2.5 hours for 6 weeks. And then we are continuing on the thread. Farheen, have I made myself clear? Okay, thank you. If for any reason I missed a class, I will be sharing the recordings, Rupa. I will be sharing the recordings of every session.
Okay.
How does the installment work? So the installment works is, I personally would like to offer you all free installment of 10,000 each. But if any of you all are stuck with money, money is important to me, but it's not more important than teaching. Teaching is more important. So if you all have a problem, please approach me personally. There's no problem at all. We will work that out for you. Rita Malhotra to in person. So in person, the only problem, Rita, nowadays that I'm having is that people are not being able to travel, because even Mumbai has become so diversified that earlier I was doing my workshops only in Andheri at Subha International and people were traveling. But now people somehow, I don't know, after the COVID, people are just not ready to travel. So forming a batch only in Mumbai becomes difficult. Though my Jaipur batches are always going full, so I do more batches in Jaipur, and probably Dubai batches go full, so over there. But in Mumbai right now, in person, I'm not doing too much, except for my counseling. So, but when you are going to learn online, I'm going to be online. I'm not sharing with you all any pre-recorded information. There will be no pre-recorded sessions. I'll be live, teaching you all live. All right, friends, any other questions we have, please feel free to write, to ask. Okay, great, friends. So it's been lovely having you all here. And
Hi, Kirti.
yeah, hi. Yeah, tell me.
Yeah, sorry, to cut you.
No
Actually, I
worries,
just
no
wanted to
worries.
share. So it's great, coming to this seminar. And firstly, I'm grateful to meet you. And I heard about your introduction that you're from SNDT.
Yes,
And even I graduated from SNDT in 2015,
lovely.
but I'm from engineering background. So
Oh,
the
okay.
reason I joined this workshop is currently I'm like looking out to understand more in terms of psychology.
Yeah.
So I'm intuitive by nature. So I've started with crystals and tarot, and the
Huh.
slide which you presented, I'm like grateful that you showcased like the sectors that mental health has. So
Yeah.
I got some clarity. So I wanted to
Huh.
understand because this metaphor term is really new to me.
True.
So as you have been into this industry since many years,
Hmm.
I wanted to understand like how do I take this path forward, because I was thinking to firstly understand the psychology. I've been to many webinars to understand, and even like other people are also, I mean, other companies are offering the psychology courses,
Hmm.
but I'm not really sure which one to opt to, right? Because at the end, it's about the time that we invest. So I'm really not sure what to take. And firstly, like if there is a credibility in the market, because
Manishi,
I've
let me
heard.
tell you, I got your question.
Yeah, yeah.
The answer is very simple. If you want to work as a counselor or as a
Mm-hmm.
psychologist, you will have to do your master's in psychology. If you want
Okay.
to work as a coach, you can come in through NLP and these routes. Okay.
Got it.
If
Okay.
you want to do what you call the counseling psychologist, you must do your master's. You can do it from Indira Gandhi National Open University, IGNOU, who will
Okay.
accept a student even from a non-psychology background for a master's.
Got it.
Yeah, and that's if you want to call yourself a counseling psychologist, this is important and mandatory. However, if you
Understood.
want to do coaching and you want to be more on the life coaching and motivational and dealing with people, helping people go forward in their life, you can enter into NLP coaching and make a career for yourself as an NLP master coach and then learn other techniques, or as a metaphor coach and learn other techniques. The thing over here, Manishi, is your skills and your techniques. You have 1 hour to transform your client. Okay. In
Okay.
that 1 hour, what you do matters. How sharp you are, it matters. What have you started? What transformation did you bring in? See, when I started off, we could tell the client that not to expect any results in less than 6 sessions. But that was olden days, people had patience. Today's generation of clients is very different. They want faster results. A, they don't have time. B, they don't have money. And even if they have, it's not their priority. So you have to be as effective as you can, and you can be effective once you have mastered your techniques. So, Manishi, there's no compromise for techniques. Learn your
Okay. So, like NLP and metaphor, this
It's
theory
very
can
good to
be go
get you
forward.
going. Very good to get you
Okay. 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 Understood.
going. Okay? Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Most
I,
welcome.
I, I, I have one more question.
Yes, yes.
Hema.
Rupa. Tell me.
Yes. Okay. So I first and foremost, I think I thought the projection of this work to me personally was very solid. I've been to many other people, and
Uh-huh.
so thank you, because I'm a very feeling person, and I kind of felt it's a very solid understanding of where I'm going to go. It's not airy fairy.
Thank you
So
so much.
that helped me. I'm in, and yeah, I would like to experience a session. How
Sure.
would that be possible?
That's also possible. Message me and we'll fix an appointment.
Okay, fine.
Hmm?
Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Do you provide internship as well? I can't provide internship because, the problem with internship is that people have, if you know all the techniques that I know, then you will benefit. But if you come to me raw, I cannot provide internship because you won't know what am I doing in my session. So, and there are lots of students. I'm doing like 15 students every month. So I can't provide internship, but you all can be, I can put you all into practice groups where you all can practice. So I'm not giving any false promises. I don't provide it. But I'll tell you how to take your work forward. I'll put you in touch with my social media team. I'll put you in touch with other people who've made their career into this. Probably we can do a brainstorming session together. I have 5 of my students today who are leading therapists in Mumbai, started their journeys with metaphor therapy. I can ask all of them to come and share their journeys with us. So that is what I can do at the most. I'm very open to that sharing and that platform.
So in the practice session, would someone experienced be overseeing us? Because
Yes.
often practice
Yes.
sessions,
I
we
will
are
be
all
having a
unknown
senior
people
therapist.
who are, yes.
So I will be having a
Got
senior
it.
therapist who will be overseeing or probably
Okay.
giving a demo.
Okay, got it.
Normally, what
And
happens is after 6 sessions of after 6 sessions, 6 weeks, when I organize a practice session, nobody turns up. But the batches who do turn up, I have senior therapists also who will be supervising the batch.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah. Okay, Rita, please send me a message for the demo session.
yeah, Kirti, one last question. So the
Yeah.
certification which we'll be getting, so that will be, accredited with some of the government bodies, or how is it?
You don't require a government body to call yourself an NLP coach. That's what I told
Okay.
you. If you want to
Yeah.
call yourself a counselor, you require government accreditation.
Understood. Yeah. Thank you.
For being a coach, no, it's not mandatory.
Sure. Thank you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Any other questions, guys? I'm so happy that we are having this conversation here. Apart from getting to know you all, I can see the number of people who are interested. And trust me, we are at a booming phase of mental health. If ever you dreamt of making it big in this field, now is the time, because people are awakening. I got kids who call me up now from my Insta handles, like 18 years old children who reach out that I need to book a session. So the awareness wise, we are really doing well for our country. We're doing very well. People are open, parents are open, they're reaching out. Google ads are working, Google searches are working. People are searching therapists out and are reaching out to them. So we are at a very good phase in this career right now. Yes,
Okay.
Kareen has a question. How do you make your payment? I have shared with you all the GPay link number, and all that you have to do is just make a payment of 2,000 on GPay. That's it to book your slot now at 2,800 and 28,000. And for others who want to still take their time, you can pay in tomorrow morning. But yeah, I'll just share the number with you all. Yeah.
Hello, ma'am. Hi.
Yes. Yes. Hi. Hi.
I'm audible.
Yes, you're audible.
Yes, ma'am. Here, my question is I am doing the guidance counseling course from SNDT
Okay.
online basis, learning
Okay.
distance
Okay.
on the basis of 12 standard certificate.
Okay.
In the course, and I also doing my diploma in psychology
Okay.
from Manthan.
Okay.
I completed 11 chapter.
Mhm.
And in SNDT, I completed only 2 chapters. Process of counseling, or then counselor, like
Yeah.
what is
Introduction to the basics. Yeah.
relationship. So it's the metaphor therapy is good for me.
So metaphor therapy is following a skill set, a technique which I will teach to you. While you are learning your basics is also nice, but this will take care of learning a new technique from the beginning right till the end. So you can learn metaphor therapy because you're already en route the journey. So it will help. Have I got that clear?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So here's the number, guys, for you all, those who want to make a payment now. And otherwise, you all can please take a screenshot of this and keep. The dates are also here and the costing is also here. Please take a screenshot so that, you know, I'll also share it on the thread, of course. By tomorrow morning, I'll share it on the group as well.
So Kirti, one more question.
Yeah, tell me.
Okay. Actually, if anybody. Like in most of my training, there's a lot of experiential work happens, like when we are doing EFT and a client, and we are bought in. Would there be a lot of work?
There will be a demo and there will be practice of every technique that you all learn.
And so even our channels are getting clearer and we are more, you know, that's what I mean. Would we be having that, or is it going to be something I just listen and apply and then practice?
It's 60% practical. So every technique I will first demonstrate, then I will put you with your partner in the breakout room. Then you all will practice on each other. Then you all will come back to the common room and we'll take feedback on every technique.
Got it. I got it.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, guys. Any other questions?
Thanks.
Yeah. Kirti, who is the founder of metaphor therapy?
So metaphor is Carl Jung's work. Basically, in his book, The Man and His Symbols, he's largely described the work of metaphors. And people have gone on to adapt. Ericksonian hypnosis used it for the first time in metaphors and made it very popular. And then it got picked up as metaphor therapy by various therapists across. We have books on metaphor therapy. You can Google out. There are plenty of books on metaphor therapy. As such, there is no founder, one person. Every psychoanalyst, every writer has contributed to it.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Yeah.
Thanks. Yeah. Thanks.
Yeah. My Insta handle is the counseling company. I will put it here. Yeah. All right, friends. Any other questions? Okay, so my team will be calling you all tomorrow to get a feedback from you all, whether you all are interested or you all will like to join us. So please, Veena will be calling from my team. Kindly do entertain the call and kindly do answer the call because it gets a little difficult for you all, I understand. But since you all have been here, it would be a pleasure to have you all at the workshop. So my team will be following up with you all. And thank you everyone for being here. Truly honored and truly appreciate the efforts taken by you all. And we'll hope to see you all across in the workshop.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Yeah, most welcome.
Yeah.
Preeti is asking a question, where can we read more about metaphor therapy? Google out Preeti, there's a lot of information. Yeah, Preeti, there are books also. Okay, friends, good night and see you all. Bye-bye. See you all.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.